What up, hunty? Welcome back to Way of Yao. My name is Mother Yao and it is a pleasure to see you all. So for this video, I'll be reviewing the brand new Revolution Supersize Conceal and Define Concealers. Now, Revolution sent me a whole bunch of stuff in PR. They sent me their Revolution Pro palette. They sent me 10 different shades of their pigment pomades. Now, they also sent me the 4 darkest shades of their Conceal and Define Full Coverage Foundation. However, I'm not going to review these just yet. I'm going to give it a couple of days so I get the chance to really soak it in and see what I fully think of a foundation. I think a foundation is so important to fully understand the foundation, so I'm going to wear it a couple of times before I actually come and do the review and swatches so that I can actually come well informed to tell you guys my full opinion on the foundations. So for today we will be focusing on the concealers, and if you guys want to see my review on these foundations, it will probably be up within the next 2 to 3 days, so make sure to subscribe to the channel so that you do not miss out on that, and make sure to hit that notification bell as well so that you are notified whenever Mother Yao uploads. You do not want to miss out. I know that sometimes it can be a little bit difficult to see somebody on the really deep dark spectrum reviewing foundations especially, so I will be uploading that, so make sure to see it, baby girl. Also, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button to show your support. It helps to rank the video higher as well, so that would mean the world to me. Don't forget to leave a comment. Let's get into this video. They have sent me 6 shades from the darkest. Here we have 13.5, we have 14, we have 15, we have 16, we have 17, and we have 18. These concealers are £7 and they are an enlarged version of these ones here, which are £4. And you are said to get 3 times the amount of product in these that you do in the smaller version. So just to show you the difference in size, that is how they look side by side. And this is how it looks when you open it up. If you guys have already seen the smaller ones, you would already know roughly what it's going to look like because it's very similar. It has the same applicator, I believe. I'd say that this applicator is a little bit bigger, and a lot of people were fans of the bigger applicator, so I think that that is going to go down well with a lot of people. A lot of people will be impressed about that. So number 18 is the deepest darkest one, and this is for dark skin tones with a warm undertone. Number 17 is the second to darkest. This is for dark skin tones with a neutral undertone. 16 is for dark skin tones with a warm undertone. 15 is for dark skin tones with a red undertone. 14 is for dark skin tones with a cool undertone, and 13.5 is for dark skin tones with a neutral undertone. Perfect. Now we've had a chance to have a look at the concealer and we know a little bit about it. I'm gonna go ahead and swatch them along here, and I'm also going to compare it to my favourite concealer, which is Beautiful Bronze from LA Girl. That is what I usually do whenever I'm out and about and I want to buy a new concealer. I always take my favourite concealer, or whether it's foundation or whatever, that is my favourite. I'll take it with me so that I'm able to compare it to my favourite and try to find something as similar to that as I can from that new range. I think that that's just a really good way to gauge whether it will work for you or not, and that's just what I like to do in terms of shade. So these are all 6 of the deepest darkest shades swatched along my jawline. Here once again we have 18, we have 17, we have 16, 15, 14 and 13.5. Now when I used to use these concealers, I would often mix 13 and 16 together. But when I'm looking at it, I really feel as though 15 might be perfect. 15 just may be perfect. I think 16 is nice as well, but it's a little bit too rich. It's a little bit too on the orange reddish sort of side. So I'm thinking 15 just might be perfect for me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and swatch my LA Girl Pro Concealer in the shade Beautiful Bronze next to these concealers just to see which one looks most similar to the LA Girl concealer. So that's the concealer that I usually use. You can definitely see that it is lighter than this. Is going to be way too dark. This may even be too dark, also a bit too cool. This is too rich and orangey. This one is slightly darker than the one that I currently use though. but then this one I feel is a little bit too cool, and this one's way too light. I think I'm just gonna try and use 15 on its own and see how that goes. I feel as though 15 is the one for Mother Yao. Perfect, now that we know we're gonna work with number 15, I am gonna now apply my foundation with a damp sponge, which I'm gonna skip that step because you guys have probably seen me apply my foundation 100 times. And then after that, I'm gonna come back and get into the concealer. So foundation is applied and we are looking snatched. Let's get into concealer. Very full coverage, it feels. This, I would say, is giving me more of a natural highlight in comparison to what I'm used to. Usually I would go a bit brighter, so I'm thinking I might add a little bit of 13.5 just to brighten it up a bit. This is very neutral looking on me, and this is very, very natural. I could probably use this concealer on a day where I'm not really wearing any makeup and I just wanted to pop a little bit under the eyes. It's definitely on the full coverage side, that's for sure. Definitely on the full coverage side. But as I said, I don't think it's as bright as I would like it to be. You guys know that I like a nice bright highlight. So I'm gonna get a little bit of 13.5 and I'm gonna mix that in. That is what we are working with. Now I'm going to go ahead and blend that out. So to blend out the concealer, I am going to use the same sponge I used on the foundation as most people do. As I say 100 times, it's already got the foundation residue on there, so it's going to help to mesh the concealer with the foundation as there's already some foundation on the sponge. I definitely like this concealer. That is a fact. 110% I like this concealer. It's definitely very blendable. Blends out very easily, but yet gives you that brightness that you are looking for. Very impressed. Yes, I'm very impressed. Very impressed. I must say, it's blended out a dream. I'm gonna add a little bit more of 13.5 just to brighten it further. I may just use 13.5 on its own in future because the 15, it was definitely brighter than my skin tone, but not enough for me to feel snatched, you know what I mean? It didn't really make me feel like you know that sucked up look, like I want to feel like, I just want to feel like I'm a snatched, you know what I mean? And I feel as though 13.5 is giving me that. So I am contouring a little bit. For that, I've just applied some of my Tilt foundation in the shade 120. Absolutely amazing for contouring. Just do a little bit along the jawline. That's just gonna help to add more shade and help me not to look too light. I would definitely say that this concealer, it does seem to dry down a bit. I'm just letting it sit for a little bit because I'm not quite ready to set it with powder. When I'm ready to set it with powder, I'll go ahead and blend it out one more time with my sponge to make sure that it hasn't creased, and then I'll go ahead and set it with powder. So this is how I set my nose. I'll like let that powder sit right in the very center, and I almost use my finger to clean it up. I'm gonna dip that sponge in there, and we're gonna go directly under the eyes. But I'm not like crying if a concealer isn't super duper bright, because look how the powders help to brighten the under eye area. This powder is so amazing, it helps to brighten any area you place it on. And this is the Ben Nye powder in the shade Sienna. Now we have our under eyes and concealed areas set. I'm gonna go ahead and set the perimeters of the face. This is what I just, oh my god, my hair's looking crazy. Sis, none of y'all could tell me I was looking like a nutcase. Girl, come on, you gotta help mother, you know? So I'm gonna set my contour and do my highlight off camera. I'll be back in a rolling mode to finish off the finishing touches and give you my final opinions on the concealer. Perfect, so I have highlighted Are You Living for the Beamage? Siska into it. I used the Liquid Gold OPV liquid highlighter, and then I set that with the Colourpop in Nude Endo highlight palette. And now it is time to get into lips and eyes. I'm just gonna do something small, nothing that deep. If you are a part of the family, you are a member, you would know that this is my favourite lip gloss. The Butter Gloss Lip Gloss by NYX Professional Makeup in the shade Ginger Snap. Literally been wearing this for over a year now. I shouldn't try speaking while I'm doing my lip gloss because it's going everywhere. Gloss is kind of popping. The girls are living for it. Let me see what it's all about. And literally when I found this, look at these lips. Do I not look like I've just like had my lips done? Like sis. Now I'm gonna go ahead and add my gold under my eyes as I always do. I'm gonna be using I'm gonna use my OPV, but I'm gonna use the brush of my old NYX Glam Liner because I really like the applicator of this one, but the product, of course they discontinued this. So I'm gonna use the product from here, but the liner brush from here, if that makes any sense. I think I'm just gonna do the inner corners. I can't be bothered to do the full thing. Perfect, so this is the final look. We are snatched and ready to slay the day. My verdict on the concealer is that it could very well replace my beautiful bronze from LA Girl. Like, she is giving the girls run for their money. Like, I am telling you, this concealer is a really nice concealer. I'm definitely a fan of the concealer. It is full coverage, but it doesn't feel too thick when you actually apply it onto the skin. But when you're blending it out, you can see that it is in place, which I really like. It did help to brighten the under eye. I'm definitely going to go for the 13.5 in future. I feel as though it's really good that they did come up with a Supersize concealer, because the £4 one was really nice, but even me, I did find that it ran out a bit too quickly, whereas some concealers I've had in the past seem to last me forever, literally for months, whereas the smaller ones, I did feel as though in no time I'm like, girl, we done? Like, I'm just trying to scrape out the excess, and I'm like, sis, where are you? So I'm really happy that they brought out a Supersize Conceal and Define Concealer for, what was it, £7 or £9? Really affordable, really nice price, and I will definitely be going for that. It is 3 times the size of the smaller one, which is absolutely amazing. That is the concealer summed up in a 1, 2, 3 and 4. I hope you enjoyed watching this video, and do not forget I will be uploading the foundation Conceal and Define full coverage. The full coverage Conceal and Define foundation in a couple of days. That may be tomorrow, maybe the day after, maybe the day after that, but I will be uploading it very soon, so make sure to stay tuned in for that video. And don't forget to hit the notification bell as well, so that you are notified whenever Mother uploads a new video. My social medias will be downstairs in the description box, so that you guys can find me and see my daily activities and see what's popping, what's Gucci, what's good, Givenchy in the house. And I will see you guys in my next video. I hope you miss me, because I'll miss you too. Bye guys. Bye.